turn on those post notifications, stay lit with my content. Now guys, come follow me. Yes, people, who's getting lit with us? My name is Jazz.
My name is Shay.
And please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on post notifications, stay lit with my content. Now guys, let's get into it. So, we are doing a video based on our friendship.
Yes.
Right?
We are very drunk.
We are.
I don't know if you can tell, but we're trying to hold ourselves together right now. But we are very drunk, and we will get drunker, so bear with us.
Yes, so this will be sponsored, but we are going to be drinking some Buzz Balls. The flavour is strawberry Ritter. Is it?
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know if Shay's tasted this, but I haven't tasted these. I've only tasted one.
Yeah, I've tasted this one. It's not as good as the other one, but it will do.
You should just pop it.
Pop it.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Like
Smells sweet.
3, 2,
Cheers.
1. Are we back in it?
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna back it now. Cheers.
Yeah, I got Ray and orange juice.
I got vodka and Red Bull.
Alright guys, let's get lit. Right, so let's get into this. First question is, how did we get to where we are? When did we meet?
So we met in Cyprus in 2020.
No, in 2019.
2019.
It's literally 5 years.
Wow. We met on a party holiday where we went out to work. I arrived first, and we found out, me and another girl found out that we were sharing with about 6 other girls.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and I think it was a month before Jazz arrived, and when she did arrive, I was the only person in the room, and you were upset. She was crying, I think, and I was consoling her. In my head, I was thinking, who is this person sitting on my friend's bed crying her eyes out?
But disclaimer, it was about a boy that literally made me feel shit about something he asked.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why I was crying. Which, looking back on it, I was
No,
thinking,
you could have be honest.
No, but he asked me about my body count.
Mm.
That's what he asked me, and it made me upset. Cause, like, obviously I told him, but it made me upset the way he reacted.
Mm.
That's why I cried, and obviously Shay came through the door and saw that, and then she was like, "What did you say?" Like, I don't know, whatever she said.
I just tried to comfort her. I'm not gonna lie. With me, when I see another person crying, my instant reaction is to comfort someone. But I find it uncomfortable for me personally, because emotions I find uncomfortable. So it was very awkward for me in the beginning. Like, the way I know, I was like, okay, so this is your first night. I found out it was her first night. And I was like, I don't start work until like 12 o'clock. So come out with me, drink, and then I'll go off to work, and hopefully by then you will know the bars, you'll know like stuff, and you'll feel a bit more comfortable. If you want to go home, go home. If you want to stay out, stay out. That was the first night we actually met.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fine. It was a vibe. Like,
we had a good time.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is how we first originally met, and then I was like, okay, this girl's cool. And I think it was rare out there because you had people from Bristol, Manchester, Birmingham, everywhere, and no one was from London. So when I found out that she was not only from an area that I'm from, in London, let alone London. I was like, wow, this is we gotta be friends, you know. And we go to the same places on night out and stuff like that. Like, so it was just a huge coincidence. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna vibe with this girl.
And you know, it's so nice as well, the fact that we both vibe into the same music.
Yeah, we like the same music, and that is right out there because a lot of people do like drum and bass and stuff like that.
So then obviously after the night and everything, obviously the whole point of going there anyway was to look for work, you know, just enjoy yourself, but also to look for work as well. And then, so the thing is, I had to obviously, anyone that goes outside to Cyprus or any of these kind of like work party islands, you have to sometimes look for yourself, or sometimes it's like there for you. So in this case, I had to look for work. So when Shay said that she worked in a place that it was type of music that I was into, I was like, yes, girl, let me get into it. So
plus, I was the only girl working there at the time, and the guys were nice. The guys were sweet. They were like
so good,
my brothers at the time, and they did take care of me. I needed another girl, so I jumped at the chance to invite Jazz to work with me.
Yeah. And I feel like it was a good vibe. There was like so many occasions that, you know, it was a good time. Like you know when you go into work, you don't want to like feel like, I mean, so the fact that you're working in a party island and you can drink on shift, you can vibe with the customers, but you got to make sure that you're also bringing them in, you're selling tickets. So you have to make sure that every single one that you're interacting with has at least something that, you know, because we're selling tickets, so every purchase we get paid for it. If we don't make a purchase, then we don't get paid for that. But I thought it was deep because I was like, I really need money from this. But in general, you shouldn't be taking it deep. It's not really that deep.
Yeah, I think that I got told that. So I came at the end of April during May. What month?
I came at the end of May.
So she came at the end of May. So I got told that it's going to be dead for a while. It's going to be dead for a while. But once you get to the height of summer, so June, July, August, you're going to be selling easily. Like, you won't even need to walk up to people to sell tickets. They will come to you in crowds. And I was like, okay, let me hold it out. Jazz did not hold on. But I don't think anyone told you that.
Yeah, but then obviously I believe that was your first time also working in this industry. So so working in like a party island, same with me. It was my very first time working abroad in an environment like that. So I'm used to working in a bar that pays me. I've also done tickets before, so
what you're saying is you're not used to commission.
Yeah, I don't like commission regardless if it's to do with bar or not bar. Like anything to do with commission, I'm just like, I need to get paid like pretty much like now. So I need to see some physical payment at least. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I worked there for a little bit. I think I was only technically there for like a month, but it felt like a long time. But I was working with you.
You weren't there for a month.
No, but the whole journey was a month.
Oh, you were in Napa for a month?
Yeah, I was in Napa for a month, and I was supposed to continue to work until I basically was going to leave. But because of the situation with work and everything, I was like, you know what, F this, I'm going to go. So then I kind of just left in the middle of a shift. I didn't tell Shay, and yeah, I started, and then I got another job, and then I started working on another job.
Yeah. And I think that obviously we started on good vibes. We're going out together and everything like that. And I think we did 100% build a friendship. So and obviously I got her the job, and I had to go to the bosses, which were so scary. The bosses out there were so scary. So to get her this job and whatever. And I think that because she quit in the middle of the shift, and everyone was like, why would she do that? You know her, so why would she do that? I was like, I don't know her. I know her, but I don't know her. And I feel like I put my, like...
I put
my kind of job, like, I give you a kind of reference, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of fell through. And I think it was the fact that she didn't tell me that she was quitting in the middle of a shift. So that's why I got a bit offended, because I'm like, at least tell me. Like, you don't need to tell the bosses, you don't need to tell our colleagues. Like, just at least tell me so I'm informed, so people aren't coming up to me saying yada, yada, yada. So that's why I got pretty upset, and I was like, okay, this girl ain't reliable. I don't want unreliable people around me. So that's when it kind of went downhill.
Yeah. So the next question is like, what actually happened on holiday? You know, if we did have disagreements and if we did have a falling out. Like we did mention, we just started to talk and we started to kind of create a bond. We weren't actually friends, but we did form a connection because we was living with each other for a little bit. We worked with each other for a while, and we was always vibing with each other, regardless if we was living with each other, working with each other, not inside or outside. We were still vibing. So it's like we didn't know each other at all, but because of what we liked, because of where we lived, and because we was from London, I guess we connected like on a different type of level. And then things started to kind of go downhill.
After she quit, like I didn't cut her off, but I did have like a sour taste in my mouth about her. So we went out for my other friend's birthday, the one that I originally came to Iron Apple with, and I think it's complicated because I think it was a thing where Jazz bought like a round for certain people.
Yeah, so
and my friend was one of them.
Yeah, so like I don't know, in the first like couple of nights, there was a night that I like kind of paid for her friend's drinks and things, and there was a conversation between me and this friend that she said that she'll pay me back, because I said that I asked like you know blah blah, so I don't mind paying, but you know blah blah, and she said to me that yes, she will pay. So in my mind, I'm very like on it. So it got to a point where she said to me she's getting paid. Okay, so she got paid, and I was thinking, all right, you're gonna give me the money from it. And then she agreed to give it to me on that day, and then she said that she had to pay rent, and then it didn't come to me, and then her birthday came, and this is what Shay is talking about. Her birthday came and we went out for a meal, and then instead of giving the money to me, the money that she was going to give to me was actually on my meal.
Yeah. And I think that what kind of tipped it over the edge is that she ended up paying for the meal, and then we have a old friend that came out.
I didn't know this person, by the way.
Yeah. So Jazz didn't know the person. It was a guy, and he came out for the meal, for the birthday, for the night out. And I think Jazz kind of told him the situation, and he was like, oh, okay, I'll pay. I'll give you the money that she owes. And then me and my friend didn't find out until like the next morning, and she was very much like, I've already paid for something for her, and she's agreed with that. So now our friend has given you money on top. It feels like you're like taking money from people that we know. Like, it doesn't feel right. So we got very offended about that, and because he's such a nice guy, it made it even worse. Before the apology, it was very much like anger, and then it was very much loads of people were coming up to me and her saying, oh, Jazz is saying that you owe her money and stuff like that, and it made her look really bad. And that's what we were like, why is she doing this? Like, it makes no sense, because one, she paid for the meal, and two, you got the money from our friends, so why is this still happening? So I think it was a morning where we got a call saying, you know, she's downstairs in the cafe if you want to talk to her about it. And we were like, oh. We got up and we went downstairs, And you know what? I'm actually embarrassed about how it laid out because I'm not that person. I don't think she's that person. We're not violent people. It wasn't violent.
Yeah, but when she says she's talking about her friends.
Yeah. We went down there and we kind of shouted at her saying like, you're a con artist. Like, what the hell is happening? Like, how are you taking money from this people? You get what I mean? And it got a bit rough. Like, I understand that it probably was embarrassing for you, and you might have felt ganged up on because there was two of us and one of her.
And also, like,
it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, for context as well. Like, Shay came with her best friend at the time, and I came by myself. It was a solo holiday. It was my first solo holiday by myself ever, and I think it was like 25 at the time, or just turned 25. I was 26, whatever. I was that age, and it was my first time ever traveling by myself, so I was so excited. So then obviously to go through this situation, I never thought I'd be in this situation, and and to be like vibing with two people that I genuinely was so, I felt myself. I'm a very emotional person. You probably get to know as well on this channel at some point. But I'm a very emotional person, and I feel like I connected with them. when they reacted that way, I was thinking like raw. But then I also felt like I was back in secondary school again.
Yeah, it did give that vibe, and I think it was maybe the same night or a night further down the line where Jazz came into the club that she quit, where I was still working, and I got told that, oh, you know, she's in here, and I was like, what the hell? And this is where I went wrong, because it's not my club. She can walk into a club. Do you get what I mean? But I'm like, and then I think she came in our area, and I just said to her, like, what the hell are you doing here? I don't want to be in your space, like, shouting at her in the club about everything that had happened. And I think that is 100% where I was in the wrong, because I was angry with you. I felt a little bit like someone had did me dirty, and I was drunk. I was drunk every single night. Yeah. So it was a lot of emotions.
But then I also feel like you was just like, you know, how any person that is a best friend to someone, they're also like offending them. So I get why you would feel that way. Even though it was to do with her, you felt it in your way to protect her in that type of way. So I understand. And I also was with like, I think 2 other people, but it wasn't because, I felt like the situation was going to happen. I didn't even know that situation was going to happen. It was my last night, I believe, or my second night being in Napa, and I was gonna, obviously after that I was gonna leave anyway, because that was my trip.
Yeah,
I was only gonna be there for a month. Yeah. I actually, at some point I was thinking I wanted to stay there a bit longer, but then obviously after that situation I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Time's up.
I'm gonna go.